another type of the attack which is known as a on path attack. So as its name, on path, so on path means like this computer is going to be connect with this computer and making the communication. So this is the path. So this is the path. If any attack happened on the path, known as a on path attack. For the example, someone is capturing the data and reading the data. So it is known as a on path attack. So what is the common on path attack is? So most known as a on path attack is a man in the middle attack. So what is the man in the middle attack? Man in the middle attack means just the communication happened between the two computers and break this communication, and when the communication go through the attacker machine, known as a man in the middle attack. Okay, so how it is possible? By doing the MAC spoofing, by doing the ARP spoofing, or generating the rogue DSCP. So what is the MAC spoofing and ARP spoofing or the IP spoofing? For the example, this is the window machine and this is the Linux machine. One is the window machine, another is a Linux machine. This is the attacker machine. So attacker machine is spoof the MAC or the ARP and tell to the Windows machine that I am a Linux. And then send the request to the Linux and it will say I am window machine. So Linux machine will think this is the window machine because this computer has stolen the identity of the window machine and also stolen the identity of the Linux machine. So Linux machine will think this is the window machine and window machine will think this is the Linux machine and the communication happened through this. Okay, so MAC spoofing attack and IP spoofing attack is a attack where the attacker will change the address value in a packet. Packet already know you, this is creating on the layer number 3 and having the IP address, and in a frame this having the MAC address as well. So ARP spoofing attack, ARP already you know guys, and also you know about the ARP table because we have discussed on that in a previous sessions. So ARP table means the table which having the entry of the IP address and the MAC address, and this is the recognize. So what the attacker will do? Attacker will perform the ARP spoofing attack and change or replace the window machine or Linux machine MAC address with its own machine in own MAC address, and on the Linux machine it will replace the window MAC address with its own MAC address. Okay, so how it will be happen, I will show in a practical, so where you will understand better. Rogue DSCP server. DSCP server already you know. DSCP server is a server which is going to be provide the IP addresses to the client. Not only IP address, it will provide some other information, other configuration like IP, default gateway, DNS. These main record or these main configuration will be provided to the client. So what is the benefit of the DSCP server? If the attacker will establish a rogue DSCP server, means fake DSCP server, so it will provide the fake information like fake network ID, fake DNS server, default gateway, fake DNS server. So what is the benefit for the hacker? Hacker can intercept all the data. means intercept the all the data, means do the man in the middle attack, do the on path attack by establishing the rogue DHCP server. Okay, another is a DNS poisoning attack. DNS poisoning attack. So what is this, guys? There is a DNS poisoning means when the DNS cache memory will be changed. What does it means? Your computer, maybe the Linux or the Windows, have the information of the DNS cache record inside it. We have discussed already. DNS cache record. When this record, DNS record has the IP address and the name. For the example, there is a name is a sbibank.com, which having the IP address 1.1.1.1. Why doing the attack and this IP address replaced with the 2.2.2.2? So what will be happened whenever the client will open the sbi.com, it will be redirect on the fake location or the fake server which having the IP address 2.2.2.2. Okay, so this is called DNS poisoning attack, means getting or making the entry of the fake DNS record inside the DNS cache memory, or providing the DNS response, because every computer is going to be a request of the DNS query. Every computer is sending the DNS query. So what the attacker will do? Attacker will reply with the fake DNS information. Okay, so how is it possible? By doing the spoofing. Spoofing of the trusted host or the sites like sbi.com. Another is perform the DOS attack. It is used for the performing DOS attack. How, I will tell you later. Client side attack means changing the resolver traffic or modify the host file. So, and the server side attack. Host file, I have told you already, there is a different location of the host file. In a Windows, there is a C, inside C program file, Windows inside Windows, the drivers, inside the driver there is a etc location. Inside the etc there is a hosts file. I have shown you in the previous videos and previous session how you can go and add this file. Okay, so this is also exist in a Windows /etc, Linux /etc inside this. If there is some basic modification has been done, then you can check for this. Okay, so how can you do that? I will show in a practical or in a coming sessions. Server side attacks also happened when the DNS poisoning done, like hacking the server and changing their name records. That is the reason most of the time it was recommended always use a very high security DNS server like 8.8.8.8, and also make the server cache memory, change the server cache memory. So this is the server side, and this type of the attack will be happen in a client side, but both attack will be performed under the DNS poisoning attack.